What is up, RVP Nation? We are back here at the Racine Library with two more people today. I'm joined with
Ashley
and
Beauty Diana.
Thank you guys for joining us today. It's really nice. We've had a couple other interviews before you guys, so you're probably going to be our last one to wrap up the day. I'm going to start it off here with overall, how long have you both been working here at the Racine Library?
In a few weeks, it'll be 2 years for me.
For me, it'll be 1 year.
1 year, 2 years, good amount of time. And through that, what have your jobs like? What have you been doing? What's your experience here so far? And have you enjoyed it? And yeah,
I guess I can start. My name is Beauty Diana. I am the Adult Services and Programs Librarian. What I majorly do is I help staff coordinate programming around the library and other outside community initiatives. I also do my own programming. Right now, we just started a memory cafe. It's bilingual, so Spanish and English. We're really trying to amp up our turnout and audience around that. So that I promoted here for a bit and other things. So yeah, just mainly programming, covering the desk. By that, it's like kind of like lingo, saying that we have to cover the reference and service desks for patrons coming into the library every day. Answering questions, kind of meeting their needs as best as we can. And that's really all I do here.
very nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And what about you?
I'm the library social worker. So what I do here is I provide social work services. So what that looks like is just for folks who come in to use the library and have questions around housing, employment, accessing food, accessing shelter. There's just a variety of social service needs that patrons come into the library for. Since the library is like one of the only places that you can go in that anyone is able to come in, there's no barriers, like everyone qualifies to be able to access our resources. So it's just something that I just help folks out with. We have a bus pass program, so we give out free bus passes to folks who show proof of what they need it for. Mm-hmm. And we also have like Wi-Fi hotspots that through the county that we do. So it's just a lot of programs, initiatives to help bridge gaps of the needs in the community.
Very nice. Do you want to talk a little bit more about your cafe program?
Yep. So Memory Cafe is a monthly program every second Tuesday. Memory cafes are just a hub where people experiencing Alzheimer's and memory loss can come in with their loved ones to have a social experience. There's a lot of pressure with caregivers trying to care for their folks, and likewise with those experiencing dementia or other memory loss. There's a lot of stress put on them as well. So this is really a space for them to just come and commune and be social and just have a good time. So the library is also dementia friendly. I believe if you see like a purple sticker on any building, that means that they've undergone some training with their staff to go and become a space that is friendly towards those that are experiencing memory loss. So if you see that purple sticker anywhere else, it's a signal for those that are experiencing that it's a safe space for them. Very
interesting.
Yeah.
So at the public library, is there anything like, it's a big building, so a lot of people don't know about, some of the more secret things that are, and they, not even secret, but just like lesser known things. Do you feel like there are things here that should be more known about that that are less known? Like someone had mentioned that there's 3D printers here earlier, and they said that people should more know about that. Do you guys feel like there's anything you have?
I would say for this library, because each library takes on a different community with different needs, for us, I think we have a good extensions programs going on, meaning like outreach. Right now we have a home delivery service for those who can't come to the library. They can create a profile with one of our staff here so that we can go and deliver books. We also do that with some care facilities. We just drop off books and then do like on a rotation basis. We have the bookmobile, and I don't know if you guys know about our techmobile now. It's a new thing from the last year or so.
I think so, yeah.
So in contrast with the bookmobile, that's majorly like print stuff. The techmobile also has print material, like books and stuff, but it also has like computers, hotspots, some of like the technological toys that they do up in the innovation lab. In our innovation lab, that's where they have the 3D printers. I don't know, I'm not much of a techie person, but what are those goggles called?
The VR goggles?
The VR, just a lot of fun things that you can go there. We have a seed catalog. So basically, like, we have a cabinet full of seats, and those are restocked up, I think, weekly. I don't know what that is now, but you can just go there and, like, grab it and, like, plant your own stuff. That kind of supports food insecurity in the community. I don't know if you want to talk about any of the services that you provide.
Yeah, I think in general, something that should be more wide known in the communities that I exist here, that there's a social worker here to help folks meet their needs. So like I said, just elaborating more on the bus pass program. So with that, there's 3 days a week that I give out bus passes. And so as long as someone comes in like saying, hey, I just got a job and I don't have transportation, or I need to get to the doctor today, but I don't have transportation. There's just a lot of social service needs that people have that they just don't have access to transportation. So if they just provide proof of that, we give them either a day pass or a 10-ride pass, depending on how many appointments they have. So that's something that should definitely be more wide known. But other than that, I mean, if someone just needs help applying for a job, they're like, I don't know how to use a computer, I just need to apply for jobs, or I need help with writing my resume, or I need help with applying for housing, I can just set up appointments with folks and help them with that. So that's just something that not a lot of people know, that libraries have social workers.
No idea.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also little things that we provide throughout the year that are just like temporary things until like we can no longer go with them. I know we have the pink stickers for bulk pickup that people can come pick some up. We rent laptops for 3 weeks. I don't know how long we're gonna keep that up, but that's something we currently provide. So we hold these services for as long as we can, and if we have to like go on to something else, then we do that too. It's always in flux.
Very nice. Okay, so 1 year, 2 years, right? Out of this time so far, what has like been your most memorable moment? Whether it's like, you know, something that a community has done, something you've worked with like a client or, you know, a patron here, or just something the library itself has thrown.
Most memorable.
I would
Or most
say
favorable too, yeah.
For me, it's not really a moment. It's like when I see those I don't generally see come and use the library. We have a Spanish language collection, and that's something that I don't think a lot of people know. But whenever I see that being browsed, that kind of brings a little bit of happiness in my heart. So I think that's, for me, that's what it is.
Yeah, and I think I'm like kind of like on the same terms of that. It's just a sense of like my job is just so rewarding. Like I feel so lucky to have this job, because every day, even if you just make a difference in one person's life, like that just brings so much meaning and importance to this role. So for me, it would just genuinely be being able to help folks access resources without barriers.
So do you guys see this as a like long running future career, a temporary thing? You know, are you just planning to keep on doing this for the time being?
For me, I actually, to have the title of librarian, you do have to have a certain level of education. So it has to be a bachelor's and then a master's. So the fact that I kind of went through everything, even though there were times I just wanted to quit and be like, this is a lot of money. To me, just going that route is a long life thing. If I do want to change careers at a later date, say when I'm like older or whatnot, then I'd say maybe the same level of work where I'm working with a community at some sort, like maybe teacher's assistant or something like that.
Very nice.
Yeah, and same for me. I'm pretty much on the same boat. So I got my bachelor's and master's in social work, and after completing those, I still had no idea that library social work was a thing. But once I found out about this role and started researching and looking into it, it kind of started looking like the dream job I never knew I had. So now that I'm here, it's definitely something that I'm planning on doing long term. I love it. It's great.
It's really great.
That's awesome.
So you got anything?
I mean, I don't have any questions, but just like listening all day and just talking to everybody here, I just think it's amazing, and like it's great how much you guys help the community, and like how you're like actually fully there for everyone, no matter what. Because a lot of people say that it doesn't matter, like that it doesn't matter to anybody or anything like that, that they'll just support. But when it comes down to it, like it usually doesn't happen. There's always a lot.
Yeah.
People are just, I don't know. I got an iffy view on people, but I think it's great that you guys are actually really there.
A lot of
like,
passion.
prove
behind
it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I think that's what a library space is for in the community. Like that's the role of a library, is to meet the community where they're at and to try to bridge the gaps of whatever the needs are. So whatever needs we see and that we assess, we try to bring in programs, bring in resources to try to serve the community, because that's what we're here for. That's what we're paid for. So
Yeah.
Definitely.
Super cool. Even seeing like things that like bring people in the library, like the taco truck here. People are going to the taco truck and they're like, I haven't stopped in the library forever. Let's go walk in here. And so they'll stop in, browse around, and it's if you came when you were little and then you come back later, it's always like an influx of memories. You just all hits you.
Nostalgia factor,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Like seeing the Alice in Wonderland like chess table every time in here. I remember
bro, and
going little
the
and playing
apples
it.
thing they have
Yeah.
out there, that's so sick.
It was always so cool. But now even just for like little kids, like I know, people are always like have a view of like libraries are for like an older generation or either like a super young generation. But, I know like, I have some siblings who are like around 10, 11 who love to come here and just play on the computers and just play Roblox or whatever. And the other kids are just so nice. It just brings such a warm and like welcoming environment for everyone. It doesn't matter what, race, age, anything. Everyone just, for some reason, the library just seems to come together,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely a safe place.
I'll chime in with what Ashley said. I feel like it's a community hub to some degree. We try to provide what we can, but we really wouldn't be here without the library being used. So it's kind of like a give and take, but I think it's just wonderful that we're able to provide the services as much as we can.
Yeah.
There are certainly limits, but we always try to work around them.
Very nice. And, for the final thing, on the talk of new beginnings, I see that they're expanding the library. Do you guys know anything about what's going to be going on in there? More books, more, space? I just saw that they're expanding more. And then,
Is it over here?
out towards the entrance.
So that is what we do, or what that was before it started being constructed on, is the Friends. So the Friends is a very big, like, help to the library. They're one of the biggest supporters that we have. And we used to put books in there that we no longer circulate for various reasons on low cost sale. And they're expanding that area. So it's just more space for the Friends to utilize as how they see fit to help the library.
Very nice. That's really great to hear. I'm glad you guys are both super passionate about what you do. Glad to have you guys on here and talk.
Yeah.
Really nice having you.
Yeah, I'd like to say I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. So, thank you very much for coming on, RVP Nation. That's going to be the end of this one.
out.
See you guys next time.
Good job.